So, out of all the cool stuff in this guy, why did we choose the boot? Well, I like the boot because it actually goes over a lot of different techniques and opens itself up to a lot of opportunity to discuss different techniques as far as organic, hard edge, insert mesh brushes, a whole bunch of stuff. That's not to say there isn't a lot of cool stuff you could do with all these other things, and we will eventually when I get around to the making of this guy. But for now, we're just going to go over the boot, and that'll give you a nice overview. And the other reason I like it is because it only goes into what I would call maybe intermediate ZBrush modeling. There's not a whole bunch of advanced techniques going on in here. They're all fairly simple, but once you start layering and stacking all those simple techniques you have, you can come up with a pretty complex object. So if I just go into the boot here, I've got it separated out into its own subtool here. We're going to kind of go over a little bit of just the actual end result that we're going to go for, and then we're going to go all the way back to the beginning with nothing and discuss how we're going to make this. Now, while I've got your attention at the beginning here, if you look at the boot process image that I'm going to have linked, it's all basically what I'm going to go over in this video in image and text form. So if text and images is your thing, certainly go check that out. If you like video, we've got you covered. As well as if you like both, hopefully it'll be good for you to see me actually doing it as well as being able to have a text reference and image reference to go back to. Now, to go back to what I said about this being kind of intermediate, I'm going to assume that you've already watched on my YouTube channel. We have Intro to ZBrush Part 1 right here, so you can play all 47 videos for free. You can go grab it for free on my Gumroad if you want to download it. Here's Intro to ZBrush Part 2 and Part 3. And on QBrush, you can just go ahead and download Part 1 for free. Part 2 and Part 3, if you're interested, are also there. Or, like I said, my YouTube channel. That's going to go over a lot of the basics, so if you feel like you're kind of not necessarily lost, I'm going to be covering all the basics, but if you want to dig a little bit deeper, definitely go check those videos out. So basically just a quick breakdown of this boot. This boot is 27 subtools. If I Alt-tap on these, you can see I can select each individual subtool here. And if I want to say go ahead and hide one, I can Alt-tap that one. I'm going to tap this nameplate to turn the eyeball off, and then tap another subtool, and you can kind of start breaking it down from here. So you're going to see these, we have insert mesh brushes, and we've got more insert mesh brushes that we're going to make with Z-Modeler. We've got some Z-Sphere shoelaces here that aren't Z-Spheres anymore, but that's where we start. And each one of these pieces is all broken down individually. So if I go into solo mode here with my solo button, which for you is probably down here, you can see each individual one of these. There's the sole right here, and if I hit Shift D, you can see the actual geometry that makes up the sole is basically just a simple shape with Dynamesh put together, and then I Z-remeshed it to kind of get this complex shape, which we're going to go over, of course. And the straps here, and these Z-Modeler pieces here, and even these little rubber linings, say down here, this little rubber insert we're going to go over. So all the little individual pieces that make this up lead to a very complex and detailed shape, but like I said before, each one of the techniques is actually fairly simple. So we're going to start with the simplest of simple, which is just primitives and Dynamesh.